Oh, right on his arm. Let's see this. Oh yeah, right on the forearm. That is a both bone forearm fracture. So both bone forearm fracture, just like the name says, you break both bones in your arm. You got the radius bone right here, and then the ulna right up there is broken as well. This over here is the side view. Look at all those pieces. And then here's the ulna fracture up here. Bad break. You break both of them. The whole forearm is floppy. There's no intrinsic support anymore. This is surgery every single time. This is also how you get one of the few orthopedic emergencies, compartment syndrome. Both bone forearm fractures have one of the highest rates of compartment syndrome. Remember, we make our blood inside our bones, so those bones just start bleeding into the forearm. They fill up the muscle, they fill up the compartment. It's super tense, which cuts off the blood supply to the rest of the limb. If you don't open up those muscle compartments within about 6 hours of compartment syndrome, usually the limb dies. We're gonna take this guy to the operating room. If he has compartment syndrome, we're going emergently in the middle of the night even. This is what I would have done. Lots of plates and screws. You got 2 plates, 1 for each bone. You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 12 screws total. Notice here on the radius, big plate. The radius is a big bone, much bigger than the ulna. But the nice thing about this fracture is it happened in the middle of the bone. So you got room on either side. You see 1, 2, 3 screws on one side of that fracture, 1, 2, 3 screws on the other. Nicely braced. That bone will fill in on that cap, no problem. The ulna, a little bit trickier for the way this one broke. This break right up here is right next to the joint. So all I had to work with was this tiny little bit of bone to support it on the one side versus the other. Easy screws down here, 1, 2, 3, and then I had to cluster these guys here, and I'm actually using this hook of the plate sort of as an extra screw for a little bit of extra strength near the joint. Also notice this plate's a lot smaller. The ulna bone, a lot smaller than the radius bone, so you don't have much to work with, and with that fracture being close to the joint, it's a tough one. But after we're done putting on the plates, close them up, let them heal for about 6 to 8 weeks, start strengthening the muscles again, and I'd have this guy back out mountain biking probably 10 to 12 weeks. So that's this week's crash. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time.